So this is actually the first thing I did, and it's a bump stop for the chop saw.
17-year-old Kyle Paris is not your average intern.
So the potential with 3D printing is huge, and that was another thing that I learned as a result of STEM was how to use a 3D printer, just sort of how to design parts to be 3D printed.
Paris, a senior at STEM School Highland Ranch, is completing an internship at Panther Industries, just up the street from STEM. Panther specializes in automated labeling. When Paris arrived at Panther, he quickly took note of a particular process on the production line.
This is putty tape, and it applies it to the bottom of this blue strip, which is gear teeth. And the idea is originally they would have had to lay this on here by hand, and it was a really tedious process because you have to make sure it gets centered in this groove, and if it's not straight you have to peel it up and do it again.
Using his 3D printing knowledge from STEM, Paris took it upon himself to create a gadget to speed things along.
The best I can equate it to is a zipper. So this basically takes the putty tape and the blue teeth, and then when you pull on it, you can see it just lays them together like that. Again, originally they had to like hand lay this. You peel this back, and then you would have to hand lay this onto here, and so if you don't get it centered you have to do it again. And lining it up would just be really painful, and pressing it down you just go in like these inch-long sections and keep trying to get it to work. So I made this, which basically accelerates that process.
By how much?
So this whole, like, between that and this, it probably took them about 10 minutes per rack. Now it takes, I'm pretty slow at it because I don't do it very often, but it probably takes them about 2 minutes per thing. So, I mean, a significant increase in production.
His invention may have turned out to be more significant than he originally thought, creating a ripple effect that resulted in Panther Industries increasing sales and productivity.
On the manufacturing side, you look at how a time savings impacts your business, and currently we're at about 34 seconds per machine. If we can save 34 seconds a machine, we're able to build an additional machine a year without adding any additional labor. So Kyle's process alone got us an additional, 15 machines or so.
Since that time, Paris has created other 3D printed gadgets to help the company.
He sees the problem, he identifies it, and he quickly comes up with something that he can make. He utilizes our 3D printer all the time. Every day he's here, he's 3D printing something, but it's typically something that is almost spot on what we're looking for. And then he'll even take and look at the design and say, okay, it's not quite right in this, or I don't like this, and he critiques his own work. We're looking at it and saying, hey, this is a vast improvement from what we had. He's looking at it saying, but I can still improve on this, and I can fix a few things on it.
For the past 5 years, Panther has partnered with STEM as part of its internship program. Some of the interns are now full-time employees at Panther, like Sean Keys, who works as a software engineer. Paris credits his education at STEM, which not only put him into an innovator's mindset, but a team player as well.
Problem-based learning really helped teach me to collaborate with others, I think was the biggest thing I gained. So a lot of what I do with design is working with other engineers to make sure that the design is going to work, and collaborate to make sure you get the best design possible, because one idea often isn't going to be the best one. So it really helped me with the problem-based learning at STEM to learn to work with others and gather input to make the best thing you possibly can.
He's been a huge asset, but honestly, the STEM students have been a huge asset over here as well.